Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we're getting the HX220 excavator off the sand hill. We used it to load some fill dirt this morning. What we're going to be doing here in a little bit is my Uncle Jamie's bringing me over a generator that I bought off of him. It is a Cummins generator, 855 Cummins diesel engine with a generator on the back. And supposedly it has some issues and not even sure if it runs, but he was gonna scrap it, so I made a deal with him on the scrap and I'm gonna purchase it. So if nothing else, we'll do a teardown video with it on YouTube and see what's wrong with it. So I'm gonna take the HX220 Hyundai, and I know that this generator is 9,000 pounds according to the tag on it. So this will be a good lift for the 220 because we know what the item weighs that we're going to be lifting. So 9,000 pounds shouldn't be a big deal at all for the 220, but I want to see how 9,000 pounds is going to feel. So we're going to run up here closer to the shop where we got a spot where I can set this generator. And actually, I think we're going to set it back here by the payloader back here on my little parking lot that I made, right over there by the grader and the payloader. So this generator will be future content. We're not going to be trying to start it or anything anytime soon, but it always helps to have content in the back pocket, like the basket case John Deere A. I want to work on that this winter. I've got this payloader I want to work on. I've got the old cab over GMC over there I want to work on. It's Detroit powered. So it's always cool to have, you know, some content in the back pocket. So on those cold winter days when you got nothing else to do, you can drag one in the shop and play with it. So probably not even going to keep this as a gen set. Probably going to knock the generator off of it. And I'm thinking about, this is what I'm really thinking about. I still got Project Dirty Peter, my 84 Peterbilt. I'm thinking about taking this Cummins engine, seeing what's wrong with it. Supposedly it ran hot. That was the story that he got on it. See what's wrong with it, overhaul it, and possibly put it back in Dirty Peter as a 400 Cummins. Thought that would be kind of cool. Be plenty of power for that little truck. So when they get here with it, we'll set it off. I'm going to actually take the bucket off because I really don't want the bucket for this. So we'll just release the bucket, put it over here. Oh, and wait until you see the videos of Dirt Perfect and I. The collaboration video we done when he was here, when he come to run the 220. They are really cool. I got to review them, or preview them. He got the editing done. So, and I got to preview it. So, them are going to be awesome. They'll be coming out in November, so make sure you watch for them. So, anyways, we'll wait for him. I'm going to go grab some chains and stuff so we can use it to lift that off with. And we'll get a video of lifting it. So, be back in a few. Well, let's see if it'll do it. Let me swing a little.
Don't scratch the truck. Yeah, watch the paint. He'll tip down a little bit.
Okay. It's not heavy at all. I don't even feel it.
What'd they say? They said weigh 14,000 at the plant, but I don't believe so.
No. I do believe 9,000.
Even the new one that came?
Yeah.
The company claimed it was 14,000 pounds.
Really?
I carried it down there with a loader and it was about the same, just a little heavier than this one.
Huh. We'll just set it right here. That'll be fine. was easy. HX220 handled it like a feather. Well, here she is. I figured we'd do a quick walk around video of it. Now, when we do get this running, if we get this running, the main thing was I wanted to save it from scrap because there is a lot of usable stuff on it. You know, we've got the PT Cummins fuel pump that could be used on another Cummins engine. Got a turbo on it. We've got a really nice radiator system there. Big fan, big cooling capacity. We could use that in some kind of other project. Air filter housing, that could all be used for something else. Even a frame could be used for something. So I always try to come up with things along the way that I might be able to do something else with. We're gonna have to take extreme precaution with this generator if we do get it running, because this is 483 phase and this will kill you. It's high voltage, it will kill you. So I think I'm gonna have to do some research on it before we even start it. I don't know if you can actually shut the generator off. I don't know if this means that it's off. We do have exposed wires here, and I suppose if we put this panel back on, it'll be safe. Nobody can get in there while it's running. We do have 1,231 hours on the hour meter here, and I would say that's the original hours. The story is behind this, it came out of a sewer treatment plant and it was a backup generator, so if the power went out, the lift pumps and all that would still stay running at the sewer treatment plant. So it's a pretty nice setup. You know, you got your oil pressure, water temperature, battery. I mean, you could take all them gauges out and use them as to do something with a power unit for irrigation or something like that. It looks like you've got engine started, over speed, over crank, high water temperature, low pressure or low oil pressure. Pretty nice setup. And the interesting thing about this also, as I noticed, is I'm not sure, but I think it is set at 1800 RPMs. I know on the generator it says it puts out its voltage at 1800, and on the tag here it's got the 390 horse at 1800. So this is a 390 Cummins, 390 horse. It's a big cam, 855 block. But what's interesting is I think this engine actually starts at 1800 RPM and shuts off at 1800. I'm not seeing any way that the throttle could be controlled. I know it's got this on the tack drive, which is electronic here, so I'm gonna have to do some research on it and see how this is supposed to act. And if anybody in the comments below could tell me, if anybody's been around one of these that could tell me how exactly they work, I would appreciate it. Definitely a cool setup though. But the more I look at it, the more things that, if it is in bad shape, I can salvage off of it and use for other things. Like the starter, that could be used on another Cummins. It's got this real nice block heater down here. It's called a hot start. So that would keep the water circulating in the block, just like a block heater that you would use on a tractor or a piece of heavy equipment that you plug in overnight. But they had this on here because, you know, it was a backup generator, so it always stayed warm in the wintertime. And from what I understand, it was just kind of under a little roof. It wasn't actually, I don't think it was actually fully in a building. So it was in cold storage basically, so they wanted to keep it warm. But here's the tag on the generator. It says right here, 350 kVA, 421 amps, 277/480 volts. But like I said before, you know, even if we just use this as a teardown video, if we do get it running, it's got a knock to it or something, we'll tear it down, investigate it, what's going on. And who knows, we might just overhaul it just for fun and put it back in Dirty Peter. See what happens. The only thing is motor mounts. I'm not sure what we'd have to do differently. SA bell housings usually all are about the same, so we just have to maybe figure out motor mounts going from a Cat engine to a Cummins engine. I do have a 3306 sitting in the building for Dirty Peter. That's what come out of him. But that 3306 definitely needs work. And if this Cummins is in a little better shape than that one, we might throw a Cummins in it. Because my dad's the Cat guy, I'm the Cummins guy. I like the Cummins motors. And I know a lot of guys are going to disagree with me. And they're going to be like, oh, well, you should put a Cat back in it. I like Cummins just as much as I like Cats. But, so anyways, thought it was just a fun video today. See if the Hyundai would lift it. It lifted it no problem. It couldn't even tell it was there. So I was really impressed. And I'm not even sure this thing is 9,000 pounds. I'm pretty sure a 855 block Cummins is around 3,500 pounds. It's kind of hard to judge how heavy that generator is, because I know our Lima generators on our irrigation power units, I know how heavy them are. Them are really heavy, and they're not nearly as big as that. So that could be pretty darn heavy. It just don't look like it is. But there's a lot of copper in there. So, and that's another thing. If it doesn't all pan out, I could scrap the generator, pull the copper out of it, scrap it, make most of my money back. I don't have a whole lot in this deal as it sits. So if it doesn't work out, don't work out. We can always do a teardown video on it, dissect it, see what's inside, show you what's inside, because I know some of you've never been into a Cummins engine this size, and I'm sure you'd enjoy seeing the internals of one. So we'll see what happens when we get there. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna head up to the shop, work on the Gleaner for a while, and then I'm gonna head home, get some supper, and then we'll start this all over tomorrow. Be Friday, and maybe by Friday afternoon we can get back to bean cutting, and maybe we'll have L2 number 1 back out in the field. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.